Hello everyone, this is Running on Empty Food Review. Well, hello ladies, gentlemen, and everyone watching. Welcome one and all to this newest edition of the Running on Empty Food Review series. I'm your host, the Report of the Week. Always a pleasure to be here. So, I've explained this in many reviews before, and I guess it just gives me something to talk about to start off these sorts of videos. In the world of fast food, the amount of releases that come out, sure, there are a lot of releases. I mean, granted, there are always all sorts of things that I could try out here on this channel, but the rate upon which they come out at is not fixed, you know. By that I mean, it's not like there is a guaranteed new release from this, that, or the other establishment every week like clockwork. Sometimes you'll have all sorts of real hyped up releases that'll come out at once, and then there will be a span of several weeks, even a month or two, where there aren't any releases. And this is one of those times where there haven't been a ton of new releases out, although, as we get into the month of August, there indeed are a few new releases that are on the way. Specifically, I believe Taco Bell and Wendy's have a few items coming out. In the meantime, well, this is where I have to be a little creative, where perhaps when there's really nothing to try, curiosity perhaps will get the better of me, as it may be in this case. So, Buffalo Wild Wings, they released this new sauce in July. It was in mid-July, I believe it was. I thought, what the heck, you know, there's nothing else going on, let's try it out. They claim this is the hottest sauce on their menu. Now, these sorts of claims, you know, take it with a grain of salt, because you have so many establishments these days that they sit there and they say, oh, we've got the hottest chicken nuggets ever, we have the hottest chicken sandwich, oh, we've got the ghost pepper nuggets, we got the ghost pepper this, the Carolina Reaper that, etc., etc. And I'll try it out, and then it's like, yeah, it's very underwhelming. But Buffalo Wild Wings, they say, no, this is different. They say, this is the real deal. This is actually spicy. So they've released the Blazin Knockout wing sauce. And the big draw of these, aside from the fact that they're supposed to be very hot, is that the sauce features a blend of 9 different chili peppers, including Devil's Breath, Carolina Reaper, Scorpion, Ghost Habanero, Red and Green Jalapeno, Cayenne, amongst others. So they have a big selection of all sorts of spicy hot peppers, and they say, yeah, this is going to hit you all right, and it's going to be really, really spicy. So, being that I have nothing better to do with my time, I thought, yeah, what the heck, I'm going to try these out, see if they are as hot as they claim they are, and take it from there. Plus, and I know people say this, and understandably so, I know that they say water isn't all that good for spicy food, but I do want to increase my water intake, and I suppose this would be one way to go about it. So, there you have it. Got my water here. I thought to myself, I mean, number one, it's also, I just like boneless wings, but number two, if I want to try these out, right, and I want the full flavor, I figured the best way to go about it would be to get them as boneless wings, because that way I could just eat the whole thing, and then that'll be that. Instead of, you know, having to awkwardly gnaw my way around a bone and, you know, not get the whole experience. So I got them as boneless wings. They are slightly overpriced. I got them right here. I got an order of 6 boneless wings, and it cost $11 for a 6-piece, which seems a bit ridiculous to me. 6 boneless wings for $11, but I guess they'll say, well, yeah, but they're limited time, extremely spicy boneless wings, so that's the draw. All right, here's what they look like. Again, it's called Blazin Knockout in the box right there. Interestingly, you know, this is one of those items. Let me see if I could adjust the light slightly. There you go. They don't look menacing, right? It's like, oh, you would almost think they're like barbecue wings or something, but this is what they look like. I can smell the spice. As a matter of fact, I almost feel as though, but I mean, this might be unrelated. I don't know for sure. I'm getting a little bit of a runny nose just from the scent, but that might be totally unrelated. I'm not sold on that. So that's what they look like. This is a bit of a more casual review. Because again, it's like I'm just trying these out for the fun of it, really. That's all there is to it. So this is more like just for the heck of it, you know. Not taking this as like a serious life or death matter, it's just for amusement. Looks like a standard boneless wing, you know, fried, breaded. See the sauce there. Alright. So, I'd say we know everything there is to know about it. And now I guess I have no other choice but to try it out, since that's what I do. So I'm just going to try it out and take it from there. They have some sort of challenge, by the way. I don't know how much demand there is for this, but I think they say that if you go to a Buffalo Wild Wings and you eat, I think, 10 of these in 10 minutes or something with no napkins, water, or anything, then you'll get a little headband and a scoop of ice cream. These came with some celery, and I believe some ranch as well, and my water. So with that said, let's just try them out, see how hot they are, and take it from there. The Buffalo Wild Wings, Blazin Knockout wings, going in. Oh yeah. Wow. These are hot. I don't know if these are as hot as the suicidal wings that I tried those years back from Planet Wings, but wow. I don't know if this camera is capturing this, but the reaction to these wings is quite similar to how I remember feeling after I had those suicide wings those years back. That one bite, wow. That's all that I really needed. I mean, I know I'm quite pale, but I feel like that feeling where my face just rushes with blood once again, and like the blood pressure just goes up. I'm feeling that. My tongue does feel like it's burning to the point where it's like very tingly. My nose, I feel that mucus starting to build up, as I feel in my eyes, and a lot of saliva being produced in my mouth as well. It's a very strong, intense, numbing spice. That's the best way I could describe this. Wow. I can't believe it. Just one bite did that to me. That's insane. One bite. These actually are hot. I guess what these sorts of wing establishments classify as hot will be slightly different than, let's say, what Burger King or Wendy's says. It's a very, very intense heat, although I will say the most intense nature of it is not necessarily long-lived. I mean, obviously my mouth is still on fire, but the worst of it dissipates rather quickly. I said I was going to eat one. I still have half a wing here. So I guess I should commit to my deal. Well, I said I'd eat one. As you could see, there's half of one, so I'll do what I have to do, just for the heck of it. Before I pop this in, I just want to mention that quality-wise, it's not going to matter what the chicken tastes like. It's really not. You're not even going to care what it tastes like because you're not going to really be able to taste it. But as far as quality of this all is concerned, the chicken is fine, juicy, you know, flavorful, tender. Texturally has a nice crunch on the outside, but again, I think I could say with confidence, you really aren't going to care what that tastes like because you're not really going to be able to taste much of it. And again, spice-wise, it hits you immediately. It's strong. Sorry about that grossness, but just trying to give an honest reaction. Get the nose running. Eyes watery. I noticed one thing about this that I didn't notice with the suicide wings from Planet Wings. This invoked a sort of almost respiratory reaction in that I was almost like coughing a little bit at first. Not that, it's not like I couldn't breathe or anything, but just a little agitation there, I suppose. Wow. Yeah, it's strong. I'm going to go blow my nose again. I don't want to do it on the camera, so I'm going to pause it real quick. Just because I'm a bit old school, I guess. I'm sorry I had to see that earlier. But, got my nose blown. But, yeah, what I notice here, it's an intense burning spice. It'll provoke, or invoke, I should say, a full reaction with the sinuses and all of that. It is spicy, but again, the one thing that I'll say, the intensity matches, it's very close to, I'd say it matches what I had in those suicidal wings from Planet Wings, which is a chain up in New York. But it's not as prolonged as those were. But as far as spice is concerned, it matches it, all right. And now that I essentially said what there is to say about these, they're very spicy. If you're looking for spice, you're going to get spice. I can assure you of that. And I don't think you'll be disappointed at all. You know, as far as the quality of this is concerned. With that, like I said, I made a deal. I was going to eat one of these. I have half here. So, it's about time that I fulfilled this deal and had this other half. So, I'm going to go do that. And that's about it for the review. I'll eat this. And, yeah, that's all that there really is to it. These are really spicy. In case I lose my composure again, I'll just say that it's as advertised. Yeah, they're slightly overpriced, but I will say these are definitely, I'm sure, the hottest wings you can get from Buffalo Wild Wings, so you won't be disappointed there if you're looking for spice. Quality is fine for what it is. They really do pack a punch, so they're 4 out of 10. They're exactly as advertised. They're about as spicy as I think one would hope for them to be, if not spicier. So therefore, out of 10, despite them being overpriced, I'm going to give these an 8.5 out of 10, because there really isn't much to criticize these on. They said they were going to be hot, they were hot, and the quality is fine otherwise. So, with the review essentially concluded, how about it? Let's just get to it, and then that'll be that. Let's try out that other half of the Blazin Knockout wings from Buffalo Wild Wings. Let's do it. I just can't get over how spicy these are. It's like I even feel this sort of burning sensation in my cheek. Almost. How weird. These are hot. These are hot. And again, the intensity of these definitely matches those wings I tried all the way back in 2013. First thing you'll notice again, sauce will... It's the sauce that's the spiciest thing here. Hit your tongue, it'll go around your mouth, it'll get into the roof of your mouth, it'll get into your throat, it'll go down. You'll notice it almost in your respiratory system. You'll notice it in your nose and in your eyes and in your face. It's just like tingly and numb. And then once that sort of fades after like a minute or two, then you feel this burning spice and heat all around your mouth. And every time you exhale and enunciate, it comes back up. Oh, these are hot. These are hot, all right. But this does help. I'm going to be having a lot of this. Thanks for watching. Hope you found it entertaining.